What's up everyone? I'm Irish Arcelian and together with my groupmates, we will discuss about open-ended tools under uses in teaching and learning skills. Learning outcomes. At the end of the lesson, the student should be able to identify uses of productivity software applications in teaching and learning of language. Second, share experience in using productivity software application as language learner. Explore sample of documents, presentation, and spreadsheets that were used in delivering plans for languages. Report new open-ended tools or productivity software applications that are beneficial for language learning. Open-ended tools or productivity software applications are ICT tools which help the teacher and learners make their learning together concrete, efficient, encouraging, and meaningful. So, kaning open-ended tools, maoning mga digital and electronic device na pwede magamit sa mga students as well as mga teachers. Labi na gid karon nga nag-online class ta. So, in any teaching learning process, the use of these tools play a vital role as it helps meet the demands of the learners in 21st century classrooms. As described by Palmer 2015, teachers need to demonstrate 21st century characteristics to be able to meet the demands of the 21st century learners. So these characteristics in the context of language teaching are briefly presented for teachers to number 1, create a learner-centered classroom and make instruction personalized because learners have different personalities, goals, and needs. And then the second one is facilitate the students' productivity. Facilitate the students' productivity skills so they can produce, when assisted and given the chance, movies that are helpful to enhance their language proficiency. And then the third one is learn new technology, since technology keeps on developing and learning a tool once is not an option for teachers. And then number 4, go global, to allow students to learn languages, culture, and acquire communication skill virtually. And then the fifth one is be smart and allow the use of devices as aids to language acquisition. Using word in scaffolding, student learning in language classroom. So, unsa man scaffolding? So, scaffolding is used to refer to various forms of support given to assist, guide, or facilitate the learning process. So, example of scaffolding for learning that are usually prepared using word applications are learning plans, assessment tools, templates, forms, and graphic organizers. Creating learning plans using word applications. So with the ubiquity of word processing software applications and the ability of students to quickly use them, it is not difficult to encode and package learning plans. This will help you plan, organize, share, implement, and enhance your learning plans in teaching your language courses. So through paggamit nimo og word nga application, kung maghimo kag lesson plan, mas dali na lang, dili ingon nga para nang magsulat ka. Kung masayop ka, balik na pod. So, sa WordPress, sa Word, igo na lang nimo i-edit, no? Di na ka magbalik-balik. Types of Word Processing Application by Luis Valle 2017. So, first, we have Microsoft Word. So, mugin ang pinaka-widely used nga processing application nga ginagamit nato karon, no? Labi na kita mga students o mga teachers. And next, we have WordPerfect. WordPerfect, sikat ni siya sa mga 1990s, pero karon wala na kayo nagamit ani. And then the third one, we have Lotus Word Pro. So this program works in concert with Lotus applications to allow you to create and distribute formatted text documents. And fourth, we have iWork Pages. Is a word processing program offered by Apple Incorporated. So if you own a Mac computer, this might be the ideal option for your needs. And then, napod tayo mga less known yung mga word processing application like Open Office Writer, Adobe, InCopy, Abby Word, Microsoft Word, Scrivener, Google Docs, and Microsoft Office Web Apps. Preparing process guide and graphic organizers using word processing software applications. So process guide and graphic organizers are helpful tool for students of all ages organize, clarify, or simplify complex information. They help students construct understanding through an exploration of the relationship between concepts, as well as Using productivity software applications allows students to become more efficient and productive in performing their tasks. To enhance your process guide, you may consider completing the following graphic organizers identified according to different purposes. So I have here examples of graphic organizers. So first we have Venn diagram to compare and contrast. Next we have Fourier model, bubble diagram, and concept map to describe a concept. Next we have T-chart to make decision. Next, we have fishbone map and inductive tower to show cause and effect. Next, we have flowchart to show sequence. And we have the 5 W's chart and story map to identify the basic components.
Good day everyone, I am Jillian B. Alcazaren and I will be the next to report. Okay, the question here is how presentation software activates the 4 macro skills. And now let's begin with readings. So here in reading, this process is comparable to the process students go through when reading to write a paper. So in both cases, reading to transmit information requires clarification of ideas and presentation of those ideas in such a way that others will understand. So we also have writing. So this information reduction process is in itself a difficult but very repeatable language task. So while writing a minimal list of points on the screen, student can organize a suitable sequence for the points and divide the points into slides. So at the same time, students need to take into consideration slide layout. So a slide cannot be too cluttered. The size of the font has to be large enough and the location of the elements on the screen has to be balanced. So all this for students to reread, reevaluate, and rewrite what they have written again and again. So the third one here is we have speaking. So just as they would in a purely oral presentation, students have to rehearse. So the pronunciation of difficult words, time themselves, and make sure that they have all the English lexicon needed for their speech. So the added value of computer presentation is that the repeated revision of their slides gives students extensive exposure to the content of their talk. So helping them remember what they want to say and giving them more self-confidence. So many students have no experience speaking in front of the audience in their native language. And the last one here is we have listening. So listening to a non-native speaker is not easy, right? So, and visual element facilitate comprehension. So we give the listener a task requiring them to write down 3 new facts that they learn about the subject and 1 question to ask the speaker at the end of the presentation. So when listening for a purpose, the listening is focused and thus perhaps made easier. Other studies confirm that the use of presentation software facilitates the acquisition of the 4 macro skills. So Brook and Gavin 2015 stressed the most teachers recognize the spoken component of presenting, as students are required to speak when giving their presentation. So moreover, they are required to research and plan out their presentation for a proper structured academic presentation. So in doing so, students are required to use their reading and writing skills. The students also have the opportunity to practice their writing skills when they are asked to give presentation that includes some type of visual components. So when they are preparing For this presentation, students will have to write out the appropriate information on their posters or in their PowerPoint slides. So finally, students have the opportunity to practice their listening skills when they act as the audience member for the other group's presentation. So if the students are given a simple task to do during the presentation or are expected to use the knowledge disseminated to the presentation for a specific purpose, this will allow them to use this opportunity to practice their listening skills. Now, in preparing language presentation, there are various factors that must be considered to ensure that the language competencies are also developed and demonstrated. So the following are some guidelines that Brooke and Gavin 2015 shared in designing presentation. So here's are the basic instructional design in preparing presentations. So first is we have setting up the presentation class. Next one is organization of the presentation. And next is presentation skills. The fourth one is the use of visual aids. And the last one is performing self-reflections. And now let's move on. Using spreadsheets and language learning. So, spreadsheets are very helpful in introducing some lessons in language courses. So, through spreadsheet, one can teach with tables and charts, make a table and a graph, compute students' grades. Spreadsheet programs are not only beneficial to business and mathematics courses, but are also beneficial to language courses. So apart from being built around a grid of cells that hold numerical data, it is also contain text, dates, and other content that can be presented in language courses for discussions.
As the quality of authoring software increases and as you are exposed to online learning, it is but proper for you would be facilitators of learning to explore and understand some principles and guidelines to help your future students author or write digitally. Language learning via web publishing. Language skills can be fully developed by allowing students to communicate through the internet. This may take place when the students, as the class will be required to post a story or other products on a bulletin board or web pages. There are two ways to contribute any author documents to the World Wide Web. First is with the advent of ready-made websites that are meant to invite and encourage contributors to share their authors' stories, research, commentaries. Second is the students may create their own web pages because there are a lot of apps for website page development. The Diary Project. This digital authoring website encourages students to contribute their narrations on daily diaries with different themes required by websites, so this way we can be easily detailed because it has been set up to provide a permanent home for unwanted diaries of any date or kind. As we are primarily concerned with ensuring the survival of as many documents as possible, we adopt a very liberal interpretations of the word diary. www.cyberkids.com. The mission of CyberKids is to provide a voice for young people on the internet. It accomplishes this by publishing original creative work by kids ages 7 to 12. For the students, here are some points the CyberKids editors consider to decide what to publish, especially like stories, articles, and poems that are funny, and also art and written submissions can be on any topic that is appropriate for the audience. Global Show and Tell, or www.telenote.com, Wabi-Sabi Learning was able to present some list of online publishing tools for avid writer students who are looking for an online publishing tool to publish their works. www.activist.com is a beautiful tool. It was founded in 2011 on the heels of what we once called death of long form. So for the students have total designs power here. They can submit assignments with Visual Fair and get them doing presentation and journaling too. If students are looking to do magazines, Calameo is tool to use. So Calameo is an online or e-magazine publishing tool that lets you add multimedia and personal branding to anything you create. For the students, this is a great tool for learning about design and layout for magazine. It's perfect for a smaller writing projects like a brochure or flyer design. Tikatok, this is a creative publishing studio for young children. K-6 kids will love Tikatok. They can use it to publish digital and printed books of all kids. So for their students, they can upload their photos and drawings for their creations. They can also take advantage of preloaded projects templates for classroom lessons. So www.tikatok.com. This online publishing tool brings you words and global artists together in amazing storybooks. Be sure to check out the section of Educator. Storybird is at work in hundreds of thousands of classrooms all over the world. It's free for educators now and forever. So www.storybird.com. FlipSnap is a flipbook creator. It's as simple as uploading a PDF file. It also supports PNG and JPG files. For the students, this is a simple way to create and share a publication that has a unique look and feel. FlipSnap lets students upload 3 publications of 15 pages on their free plan. Online journaling is the focus of Penzo, and it works well. Journaling is a great writing and self-reflective exercise. For the students with Penzo Classroom, you can create class journals that can be graded and managed. Students can also submit diary entries by email. So www.penzo.com.
Enhancing digital skills through digital storytelling. Students can learn the significance of emotional rhetoric through digital stories, which allows them to experiment with new ways of acting and thinking. These stories can generate emotional responses from students and inspire them to explore things that they are interested in. Anyone, regardless of their level of storytelling or technological skill, can engage in digital storytelling. It allows people to tell their recovery stories in unique ways. So, storytellers can aid others' rehabilitation and healing by sharing their own healing messages. Numerous researchers have proven that digital storytelling can bring benefits to students and other individuals. By Olivia and Didara in the year 2017, they agreed that digital stories are beneficial because they aid in the development of learners' understanding of personal experiences and perceptions of the real world. By Rong and Noor in the year 2019, according to several research completed in many countries, it was determined that digital storytelling was able to boost kindergarten pupils' moral instruction achievement in Oya State's basic school. In Lonette et al. 2019, their work emphasizes the greater potential of digital storytelling, especially in mental health research with refuge participants. And by Miss Dory and Alterio in the year 2000, they say that digital storytelling as an ICT-based pedagogical tool facilitates student-centered learning through participation, reflection, project-based learning, and successful technological integration. And as pointed out by Jill in the year 2005, teachers can use digital storytelling as an educational technique to simplify complex concepts and create real life or problem solving situations in which students are actively participating. And the following are some of existing storytelling tools listed and described by NAPEN in year 2018. First is Stellar. Stellar is a free storytelling app with a design focus that was launched in 2014. Users can blend text, photographs, and videos to create a visual and virtual tale that can share it across several social networking platforms. The scrapbook effect as you flip through makes reading someone's tale feel more personal. Second is Adobe Spark Page. It is a free tool that you and your students can use to tell stories, write papers, create messages and videos, also share ideas and more in minutes, and no design expertise required. Spark creates content in three formats and three ways to share your ideas. So first is Spark Video is used to create videos. Second, Spark Page is used to create magazine-style web stories. And lastly, the Spark Pose is used to create graphics. Third is Web Video. It allows for the upload of video, images, and audio clips. Students can create and upload these items using a smartphone or with the software itself. This can then be stitched together with the voiceovers and text added as needed. The fourth one is Poplet. So it is a mind mapping application and graphic organizer that helps students think and learn visually. With Poplet, learners can capture facts, thoughts, ideas, and different ways and immediately connect with visualize relationship between them.
Next is a Storybird. So Storybird is a simple tool to create books in minutes. So students are inspired to compose stories by visuals, and our standard-based writing program includes age-appropriate video tutorials, writing challenges, quizzes, and many more.
The next one is the Book Creator. So Book Creator is an app for Google Chrome, a few other browsers, and the iPad that enables students to create and read multimodal digital books. It is an ideal tool for enhancing student engagement through story creation and multimedia design.
C. Enhancing language skills through email activities. Email activities are very good activities to develop language skills. Through some email activities that can be facilitated by a teacher, the students are given the opportunity to practice and demonstrate their reading and writing skills. It may also enhance further research and ICT skills. We're able to present the following email activities that can be fully maximized to develop the various language skills of students. The first one is the pen pal activities. This is the most common form of email projects called electronic pen or EPALs. Pen pals or EPALs. Students can practice their written communication skills and can become aware of other cultures and practice foreign language skills. This can be done through the following. A. Biloga. Biloga, founded in 2016, Biloga was started with a mission to encourage intercultural communication to create a better tomorrow. Biloga is a global ecosystem connecting classes throughout the world where students and teachers are connect, collaborate, and learn from one another by identifying similarities and embracing different through everyday communication that is fun and educational. B. EPALs. It enriches K-12 learning in the classroom to create real-world culturally enriching learning experiences for students. With EPALs classroom matching, teachers can connect their classes with other classes around the world who are interested in collaborating on a special project together. C. Empatico. It empowers teachers and students to explore the world through experiences that speak curiosity, kindness, and empathy. Number 2. Peer-to-peer tutoring. Another form of electronic communication is peer-to-peer tutoring or mentoring. By using email communication, students will be provided with opportunities to practice their mentoring skills apart from enhancing their language skills. Example, when a student asks his or her classmate to help him or her in maths or ask for tips on how to improve his or her performance while playing a new video game. We have cases of incidental peer tutoring. Number 3. Ask an expert. Email is a very powerful tool for students to use to engage the experts in the field, especially if the experts are far from their institution. They can engage the Ask an Expert website. The Ask Expert or the expert answers the question, and if the answer is helpful, the user then rates the expert. If the answer isn't helpful or the user isn't satisfied, they can ask for a refund. Number 4. Round-robin stories. In a round-robin approach, a participating class starts a story with one paragraph. The story starter is sent to a predetermined class. Class 1 sends its story, Class 2, and so on. Students work in small groups to add a new paragraph to the story. And that's it. Thank you.